was so fun.
Yeah, I got an hour left.
No problem. Okay.
So yeah,
Hyperventilating.
so yeah, once Claire is calm, I think we can just.
I think she's crying too. Just
Oh yeah,
she's a mess.
Yeah. So I guess Zaren wouldn't move her. That's gonna be weird.
You get a text. You get a text in a little bit from Peter. Goes, hey, quick update. Notice this is secure. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Think I caught one of your tribe, in quotes, poking about Forest Park.
Yeah.
And
oh no.
Introduced themselves as Gracie.
No, I'm sorry. Explained and yet still here we are. So
okay. Just wanted to let you know. Lucky she ran into me first.
I'll make sure it's more apparent why I said don't do that.
He sends back a thumbs up with a little dog emoji.
Yeah. And thanks with a fucking blood drop.
Fuck you. Smiley face.
Yeah, fuck you. Fucking lupine prick. I don't say that out loud. I don't say that out loud. I don't say that out loud. I lied. I didn't say that out loud.
I take it back. I didn't think this through.
Yeah, since I have Claire in my lap while I'm driving. Oh. Don't say that.
Milo's just chilling.
Words I didn't think I'd have to say.
It's okay.
I just see like her cat is just sitting in the passenger seat now. The cat sitting in the passenger seat.
I mean,
like,
Fig
what the
has
fuck?
Elizabeth in his lap all the time. He's driving. I'm just kidding.
Is that what we're calling it?
There are times that she needs to not be in his lap, but she is, and then he just can't move her. So it's like, well, I guess I'm stuck.
Poor Claire.
Claire can leave Zaren's lap at any time. She doesn't have to be. Anyway, we're going home.
So are we naked yet? When does that happen?
What?
Family always gets naked. Right?
I thought I was going to have to find Zaren's clothes. I was promised a treasure hunt. Sorry.
This was hypotheticals, and I need you to stop.
That's a good joke.
That's a great joke.
Claire's in Zaren's lap.
I need you to stop anyway. Yeah.
Claire's in Zaren's lap. The cat's in the passenger seat, just wondering what the fuck is going on.
I hope Shelby had a good time.
Yeah. And we go home. We go home. There.
You go home. You go home to the Cobb House.
Pick Claire up and take her inside and put her in.
You're okay. You're okay, Claire. You're calmed down, but at least for the period of time that the Beast works. And then, but when you're done, your episode is going to come back.
Oh no!
A little bit more ferocious. So
sorry, it's temporary.
Yeah,
and so Zaren, setback.
It's a temporary setback.
We're gonna go to the basement.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, so you're headed down to the basement.
Where I think it's safe. Yeah.
That hasn't happened yet, though. The nap thing hasn't happened yet. That's the next night, right?
Timeline-wise, yes.
Yeah.
So for now, you head on down to the basement, and Nat is just there working.
Claire is clinging hard.
Yeah. Am I being koala'd right now?
You're being koala'd.
So Nat gets up off of her desk and it's like, Zaren? Claire? Is everything okay?
I need you to go upstairs. We're gonna have a problem here in a second.
Okay, right away.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, don't you? Do you have any more of Malcolm's blood around?
I think so.
Or can you find it for me?
Yes, I know exactly. Yeah, I'll be right back. See, she takes off.
No, stay upstairs. I'll come get you, and then
we're
gonna close the basement door, unless Milo followed us down.
I didn't.
this
Okay,
basement
that's probably
room
for the
has
best.
seen
I'm gonna.
The cat is sitting at the
Yeah.
stairs, not going
Yeah,
in.
the cat is just. Zara looks
I'll-
at the cat and
I'll
is like,
keep
"You
being-
don't want to see this."
Bean is like,
And I'll
Bean's like,
explain to Bean.
Bean's like,
Yeah.
I will-
You keep Bean safe.
I'll,
You're like
Uh.
pushing Bean back. Bean's
Yeah, once the door
coming
closes,
forward.
the
I'll
cat is
explain
singing
to
the song
Bean
of her
the
people.
situation.
Cat
Yeah.
is singing the song of her people.
I
when
get
the door
hungrier.
closes.
Mhm.
I get hungrier, but I explain to Bean what's going on.
Okay.
Oh, still singing the song of her people outside
Yeah.
the door.
And then, well, I now have been called by Claire, and Zara's just gonna do that until Claire.
Claire's Claire. Nice. So what happens is Claire, you're left down in the basement. This basement has seen a ton of weird action.
That's not what's going on.
I know.
Despite what Mike keeps pushing for.
So now, Milo, you do get a little hungrier. What's your hunger at? 2?
1.
1? Okay. So some murmurs from your beast, but
Yeah.
a little bit of gnawing ever so slightly. It's like a
Yeah.
you're like, And then you hear the faintest oinking of pigs,
Damn it.
and then that's about it.
I
But
mean,
very mean. Faintest oinking of pigs, the sound of a door locking in your mind, and your dad's laugh.
my feelings aren't hurt by this. Nope.
Natalie comes back with some of Malcolm's
Nope.
blood. And
Yeah,
goes,
not
"Here,
until
here."
Claire's Claire. Yeah.
Okay,
She's
here
just
it
gonna
is.
have to.
Yeah, she's
I marked
yeah,
it.
the door. Yeah, the door's closed because Zara
It
doesn't
sounds
know
really
if
Natalie
if
goes,
Claire's
put-
gonna freak the fuck out or what's
I put the big blue check marks on these so we know they're for Claire.
Oh, this is. Oh.
I love her.
Yeah.
Nothing can ever happen to her.
You're a joy. You're truly a joy, Nat.
The big blue check marks. There you go. Okay, so Claire, after a short period of time, unfortunately, you're
Here we go.
calm. You're fine, but then
Okay, I think I'm good.
you think you're
Yeah,
good.
well,
You think you're good, and then
There's just like pat
and then
pat.
and
This
then
is
it
gonna
hits.
suck. This is gonna suck so
And
much.
it hits. And it hits what seemingly repressed this
Yeah.
several moments of tranquility that Milo was able to bestow upon you just burst right back to the surface. The phobia, the frustration, and everything, and the fear, and your mind maybe starts to just faint images of just lupine-like eyes flashing across your vision, a little bit of, a rustle of fur, a drag of claw. I almost want to say that perhaps a compulsion maybe kicks in. The Clan Compulsion.
Yep.
And your Clan Compulsion being that you need to have something followed. You need to have an order done. Something needs to follow through. Hold on just a moment. Yep. There's that. Hold on just a moment. I have the list. The Ventru. Someone must obey an order from the vampire. Any action not directly associated with leadership receives a 2 dice. This compulsion lasts until an order has been obeyed, though the order must not be supernaturally enforced, such as through dominate.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be reasonable for Claire to?
Claire will probably yell, "Let go of me! Let go of me!"
Yeah, then this.
Okay. Zaren immediately complies, and that seems to help calm you down. The feeling and that phobia and those weird and terrifying flashes of imagery and sound dissipate.
Zaren's just gonna stand in front of the door. You alright now?
She just holds a finger up like, one moment. She's gonna take a deep breath. She's a little shaky. Yeah, I'm good.
And Milo, are you still listening to Bean outside?
No, I basically told Bean that it's not safe to go in there just yet, and they'll be back when they're done, so that Bean would calm down.
Okay.
To just explain the situation to the cat.
Got it.
But I have to use Feral Whispers because he's not my cat.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Cat's got a cat. Song of the people outside
so
the door.
I explained to him what was going on. So I'm standing with Nat outside in an otter onesie.
Cool.
Love it.
Bandit comes up and starts trying to give treats to Bean.
Bean will take them.
Bandit, what the fuck, man? It's not your kitty. It's not your kitty,
Bean takes the treat, runs away with it to munch on it a little bit, and Bandit's throwing some more treats after him. After he goes,
what are you doing?
My cat's gonna be like 40 pounds by the end of this chronicle.
Yep.
Bandit packs him back away, and he comes up to you, Milo, and he gives you hugs.
They'll grab him and be like, he's not your kitty, Bandit. Like, you don't get to keep him.
Okay. But go ahead. We'll switch back to inside. Zaren and Clair.
I'm good.
Well, what exactly set it off?
Gonna step out.
Okay.
She's like childhood fear. Don't know why it's always been wolves or anything wool related.
That's not a willpower check. It's fine.
You think so?
It's not. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Actually, this is just a conversation. But it's, we'll see if more, depending on what's talked about. Quite frankly, I have other things in mind that'll actually be a willpower check for Zaren. So this is just conversation at the moment.
No, he's fine.
No, never. It's never really been explained.
Wolves. So to mention, yeah, that they are a thing. They're safe here. That no one, they can't get in.
If I hear him, I smell him or see him, or even mention usually doesn't set me off, but that was out of blue.
Yeah. We'll make sure to keep that in mind. You good now, though?
Yeah. Is that my cat's? Shit.
And so Zaren will step away from the door and open it and
Be like, hey, not thank you. Just that should tide you over a bit. From the
and Zaren's gonna reach up and like wipe away.
She's
like
not
that-
gonna flinch. She's calm now.
Yeah, that
right. That was the thing I need to check on. But I'll be back in a bit. I'll show you. Now I can actually show you your room. She's the one by you, not but the attic.
and I'm gonna go eat rook because I am sad and I want to hurt someone.
Okay.
She's gonna snack on that little thing that Nat brought.
Okay. You got the bag with the little mark on it, and you're just.
Yeah. So my hunger should go down.
Yes.
All right. So I am now at a 1.
Okay. Oh, and you were at 2 hunger? So that's right. So Clara. Because we decided it was Clara, right?
Yep, Clara.
Okay. Clara.
Clara.
Oh my goodness. You hear some of what that voice echoing, and it's like, this is so strange. This is, I feel so out of place, but blood will help. Blood will fix it. Blood will fix everything. Yes, yes, blood will make me whole again. That's what you hear when you're at 2 hunger.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Okay. So Claire, you're led up to where Nat takes you to your room, and there's just like, hey, my room's right next door. If anything, I know there's not a whole lot we can do once we're asleep for the day, but up until that time, if you need anything, let me know.
Yeah, I'm sorry about earlier. I lost my composure.
It happens. Happens to the best of us. But that's the story, right? We're struggling.
Yeah. It seems like it.
Gonna win that struggle.
I hope you do, Nat.
I want you to as well.
Claire's like, oh, you're so sweet.
She'll clasp your hand if you'll let her.
She'll let her.
Yeah, she'll clasp your hand and just give you a good squeeze, and just be like, I'll be right next door.
She's like, you've been kind of a decent friend since I've been here. Thank you.
You're welcome. And she just goes.
Claire just like awkward finger guns.
Finger guns. Both of you do
God,
the most awkward
you have
finger
to
guns
stop.
you could possibly. It is the most awkward. If Zaren was there, it would be the most awkward finger guns. Both of you just do.
It's the
Nat
way
has to
nerds
stop.
do.
Nat has to stop hanging out with Benji. Dear God.
Hey, it's a nerd thing.
I know.
Oh, she totally would have picked this up from Benji.
Yeah.
Benji's always like, hey.
Yeah, also Claire's like, hey, when I'm feeling like a little more updated, do you want to talk Pokemon with me? I play.
You see her eyes light up behind those lensless glasses that she wears.
Yeah, she's like, do you play the card game version or the actual console?
Both.
Okay.
Now, I just want to be clear. I don't know a whole lot about Pokemon, but Nat is a genius. So.
Yeah, she's like, once I get my stuff, I can bring my cards over and we can play around.
She looks absolutely ecstatic at this, and she'll talk a little bit about, yeah, that'd be great. And she thinks back for a second and is like, yes, okay, I got all that. Yeah, yeah, I'd absolutely love to. Okay. And she looks genuinely excited. So, and then she'll bid you good morning, and make her way to her room.
Claire's just gonna go in the room, take the cat in the room, close the door, lock the door, go into the bed, and just cry.
Bean, as before that happens, Bean is kind of like licking your face a little bit, and
Oh, no, no,
and,
no.
you smell like they've been eating something, like they've been.
All right. All right.
And there's like little bits around their whiskers and their mouth that look like they've been chomping on some type of snack.
Yeah, considering Claire only out of the whole entire house has Zaren's number, she'll just text Zaren. Someone gave my cat treats. Can we find out who gave my cat? She's on a diet. She's on a diet.
You
Just
get
thumbs
this
up
text.
because it's not a lie.
Yeah.
After I
You-
finish,
you-
and then
you-
once I'm not hungry,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find Lo.
Okay. Yeah, you get this text as you're heading out to get to Rook.
Mhm.
Rook's out there. Rook is still
Nom.
surly
and
as
then
ever.
Lo. I
Okay.
mean, he's torpid. Fuck him.
Yeah, you got your snack.
And I'll drop him off to Aubrey later. But then I'm gonna go find Lo.
So, you wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, the spirit board.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. What about it?
What do you know about it?
So I stole it off that Malkavian. Her great grandniece had it. She was using it to talk with people. And like it brought Lizzie's kids back even. And anyway, I took it from her. So Petra had it. She got it from left on the shelf. I had Ed look at it a bit, but it's weird blood magic. It's not right. There's something different about it.
To my notes. There's my sire's information.
Yeah, they had a bunch of fucking myth around it, I guess. Something about like this mage was experimenting on it maybe, and then something about dude went crazy, killed his family, and that sacrifice actually made it so the board worked. Came from some place. I never got to actually go to the rummage shop, but you did. You ran into Petra there, actually. That's
Yeah, well, yeah, she kind of also ran into me.
yeah. I know that it makes me not feel good after I use it. I feel sick. And tired. But Ed looked at it, he could give you a bit more information on the whole magic side of things.
I was actually able to give Ed more information on it.
What do you mean?
I saw what it did.
Yeah.
Ed didn't know that. I told him about it. I went and saw him. Or I remember how I told you he said I was gonna die.
Yeah.
During that conversation, he changed the subject. But he changed the subject because his ex was there, and he
Well-
decided to fucking go out for coffee with him again. And so I was disapproving, so he changed the subject. But we were talking about that before.
Right. Went out with Cyrus again.
Yeah.
While we're talking, I'm texting Ed that he is to come to the house tomorrow. Because you have how long, Em?
2:30. So about 30 minutes.
Ed is to take Claire to the B&B and fix the door. And we'll talk about him and Milo's conversation later.
You send that to him as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
You get back
Who the
Sure
fuck
thing.
is Claire? Who the fuck is Claire?
Oh, he's got questions.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He won't be asking them right now, but he'll
No.
He can read a room.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So sorry
But
I stepped away for
yeah.
a moment, but what
You
did
know,
you all cover?
We're
The information Zaren got on the board about potential history of what made it.
Okay.
And how Ed already checked it out, and the blood sorcery symbols are super weird.
Mhm.
They're not right. There's something off about them.
Okay.
And that Petra had it. Petra could use it successfully, and so could Lizzie. And that she got it from left on the shelf, which we knew because that's where Zaren ran into Petra again.
Mhm.
He picked up Milo.
Okay.
Is that how you got hurt?
No, I got hurt trying to get into the safe.
That's what I'm asking, Lo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
wanted
coulda
to,
just-
I wanted to look at the board again.
You could have just asked, Lo.
I don't always have the best judgment.
Well. Do you want to go look at it now?
Is Claire down there, or did she go someplace else?
Matt and her went upstairs.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at it.
And Zaren will actually teach Milo how to open the safe
Okay.
and which key it is on his gigantic key ring.
Okay.
And, let her take it if she wants.
So
Milo's not gonna take it because she understands that this is probably the safest place for it to be.
Yeah.
After thinking about it more than her panic, whatever she did the other day.
Okay.
And so instead she's just going to look at it and just make notes of things on it.
Okay. Cool. I got some information for you here in
Yep.
just a sec.
yeah, I know it's weird, but your family. We talked about that.
My family? That I'm your
You.
family?
Our
Sorry.
family, yeah.
Yeah.
Just ask.
I will keep that in mind.
Because this thing will fucking torture you. It's bad.
Yeah, yep.
Lexi did a good job on it. I have no fucking idea how.
Did.
So it's getting early.
Yeah.
Has Benji come home yet?
Oh no.
He's going to be on his way. He texted you, I'm going to say for purposes of story, he texted you earlier that he's working on a few extra things, but will be definitely home before sunrise. Yeah. Milo, you inspect the board, and it was as you've seen before. And you take it out of the box and you look it around. And what happens is you look at it and you notice that at the bottom of the board there is some very esoteric symbols that are etched into the bottom. And some of them are as what Ed had described in being that there are definitely some symbols of arcane origin, but there's also a strange mix of some blood sorcery as well.
Okay.
One of the things that you can determine is that it's just small little flecks in the bottom of the board, but there is definitely just some stains. There's some stains ground into the bottom of this board that you could swear are basically very, very, very old blood stains.
All right.
And that's noticeable by anyone who happens to look at the bottom of the board.
Yeah.
Can I pull a fig and try to use the bloodhound on it?
Yeah, if you'd like to do bloodhound, I'll have you a second here. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, do a resolve and awareness roll. And you know what, since you've had some exposure to the board before and some experience with it, give yourself a +1 bonus die to that pool.
I think I'm going to actually rouse the blood for this.
Okay.
I did not get hungrier.
Excellent.
Uh, 7. Let me go. Yes, with a critical. So 7. Yeah, I counted correctly.
7 with a critical. Fantastic. Cool. Yeah, you definitely determined that the resonance of the blood is choleric.
All right.
In nature. And also your bloodhound picks up that there is a strong scent of blood to the board that isn't necessarily purely visible. It's almost as if the board has an infusion of it. It's almost, I mean, based on your critical, I'm going to give you this one. If you had to make an extremely educated guess based on what your bloodhound found, you literally, a thought comes to your mind that blood was involved in the manufacture of this board, the literal making of it.
Which semi-tracks with what Zaren was saying.
Mm-hmm.
About a sacrifice. Okay. Is there anything else of note on the board, like a manufacturing date, a place, anything?
Oh, absolutely. Manufacturing date is Parker Brothers, 1972, at a manufacturing plant that was actually located back in eastern Massachusetts.
And what does the board appear to be made out of? Is it like heavy wood? Is it like?
Oh, it's press. It's as most of board games where it's timed, press board with paper covering for the actual letter areas with the letters and the yes and no. But the planchette is wood and glass for the eye.
All right. Anything else of note about it?
Mm-hmm. There is very small. You kind of almost it's very easily overlooked, but on the inside, where the glass eye is that you look through on the planchette is there's some initials that look like they were carved there a long time ago.
All right. What are the initials?
And the initials are MD.
MD. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Professionally carved or just like?
Now somebody scratched it in. It's not professional at all. Someone scratched it in at some point.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
So now if we're tracking things correctly, I believe while we're having Milo's inspection of the board and everything that's going on, Claire's up getting ready.
Still having a meltdown partially.
Still having your partial meltdown. Now, just for the sake of my own timeline tracking correctly, when was Vaughn going to appear at this point? Was it going to be at this point in the morning or first thing on Friday evening?
I think in this particular case, what time is it currently on? This is Thursday night, correct?
It's almost morning.
It's
almost
heading into Friday morning. We are approaching a sunrise, so we have a small window of time, but it's not for anything lengthy.
Okay. Then I think Vaughn would just text Claire.
Okay.
Not realizing the context of it. Hey, you up?
Claire is just gonna text back. I'm gonna have to explain this to that connotation later. I am awake, not having a good time. Good night. Good text.
Quick text back. Do you think you can get home before sunrise? I think I need your help. Question.
Not mentally stable enough to drive. No. And been drinking. Click.
Oh shit. Okay.
Vaughn kind of quirks a brow. Can I send Hayward? Question mark.
Hayward would be fine. I'll let Natalie know I'm leaving.
You at Z's? Question mark.
Yes. I'm at Z's.
Got it. He'll be there in 15. Love you. See you in a bit. And then Vaughn will call up Hayward.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
And send Hayward over to the Cobb House
Okay.
to collect Claire.
Okay.
Claire's gonna make sure her eyes aren't bloody or anything when Hayward comes gets her.
Okay. So Natalie comes back around. She's holding a Pikachu stuffy. And sorry. And are you getting ready to go somewhere?
Yeah, Vaughn's coming to get me.
Oh. Well, okay. Here, do you want to take this for the day?
Yes, please take
Okay.
the stuff. She's like, can you let Zaren know Vaughn came to get me so there's no panic or anything.
Yeah, absolutely, I can do that. Sure, I'll let him know. So, I'm sorry you had.
Do I have any blood on my face?
Oh, hold on, just and Natalie reaches into a little place where there's some tissues and stuff, and she goes, hold still. And she cleans your cheek, a little bit of your eye, and some places that you had missed over here. And she looks around, and she's just like, there you go, all set.
Yep, she's gonna have her cat in tow and start heading downstairs.
All right.
Pikachu
That goes night beam. And
cat would chirp.
Claire, you make your way out, and very timely, Haywood shows up.
She'll
Climb
get
in the
back.
back.
Thanks, Haywood. I'm sorry that you're out this late.
No worries, ma'am. I'm here to do what needs to be done. Closes the door, gets everything going, and being very mindful of the time, get you back to Vaughn
Yep.
in plenty of time.
Yep. Claire's gonna walk in home.
To be
Walk
settled
in
in
the
for
door.
the morning.
Yeah, I imagine Vaughn is standing in the living room, staring at a new art piece on the wall, just good morning.
Morning.
Okay. Contemporary, right? I'm not sure if it fits the vibe, though. That's how you say it, right? The vibe.
Yeah, the vibe. Yes, correct. That is how you say it. Also, the aesthetic is another proper terminology.
I am familiar with that one. Okay, should I get a U-Haul to get Bubbles here, or do we just leave him in New York for Calabros to deal with?
No. Bubbles needs to be here. Bubbles needs to be here.
I'm terrified of that fucking fish.
You're the one that made me feed the damn fish.
I understand that. It was meant to be an object lesson in how horrible ghouling can be. And I do kind of miss him a little bit, though. Just a little bit.
We need to build a lake in the backyard or something.
I feel like that'd be too obvious. I'm thinking maybe a new sub-basement. And we put a glass floor in the ceiling of it so we can just feed him through the floor.
That would not fit the aesthetic of the house, Vaughn.
And that's why we get a new sub-basement, because that's like Bubbles' house down there.
Okay.
I think you vastly underestimate how fucking terrified I am of that fish.
She's actually laughing at this point.
Although, helping with my aesthetic for my art and opinions on Bubbles isn't the only reason that I asked you to come home tonight. Are you sleepy? Is this a conversation that should happen as tomorrow comes on, or?
I am too wired to sleep.
Well, fair enough. You should probably sit down.
She'll sit down.
And Vaughn will kind of pace back and forth for a minute before sitting down. It occurred to me that I never apologized for the way that you were made.
All right.
And in all honesty, I would have liked to have seen you live out more of your mortality than I stole from you. And I apologize for that.
You're not half-assing this, are you?
No, not at all. I mean that in all sincerity. You showed more promise than anyone I've met in probably since the 40s. And I wish things had gone differently.
Yeah.
It also occurred to me that I've never told you about your grandsire.
You vaguely mentioned him once.
I did. Malcolm and I have a very complicated relationship. I hate him with every fiber of my being. And yet he gave me the keys to centuries. Granted, it was a gift given in bad faith. But it is a gift nonetheless. At least it is for me. I am trying to be better than he was to me. And I apologize for any mistakes I make along the way that are reflective of him.
All right.
That being said, I'm not upset that you have a place to stay that is not here. I want you to know that that doesn't bother me. It bugs me a bit that you never asked me to help you in that regard, but if that wasn't something you were comfortable with, I want you to know now that you can ask me anything, and as long as it doesn't put you in overt danger, I am willing to entertain negotiations for such things.
All right.
Malcolm didn't let me leave our estate for 30 years after I was embraced. I never left the house.
Yeah. If I was stuck in a house for 30 years, I'd be escaping any chance I got.
Okay.
The night Malcolm made me. He slaughtered my wife and children. And he embraced me out of spite for a political adversary. My life has always been entrenched in the politics of the kindred. I want you to know, as a member of the Clan of Kings, that is a difficult burden to escape. It is a part of who we are. But it isn't who you have to be. I will do everything I can to protect you. But this is a much different landscape than New York.
Yeah.
Back home, the Prince of New York rules with an iron fist. There is no Anarch rebellion to oppose him. They have been snuffed like a candle in the wind. There is only the war with the Sabbath.
You may need to talk to Zaren about what they do to Ventru here.
Yeah. Marius has made mention that it is not the best climate for our clan. And that is why my final proposition before we both get some well-deserved rest. Also, you reek of some sort of intoxicant. Are you all right?
Well, I had alcohol earlier, and then I had a complete meltdown earlier. It's been a time. It has been a time.
Sure.
It was nobody's fault, really. It was nobody's fault. She's making that very clear. It was nobody's fault.
I didn't say anything, and I was not going to assign blame. But it would make me much more comfortable if you would at least allow me to get a security system put up in your haven for you. I don't have to have visual access, just text alerts when anything pings on the infrared sensors or the UV sensors.
I'll pick out the security system.
That would make me very happy.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Vaughn will get up and sort of walk across the living room and sort of ruffle Claire's hair.
Okay.
I love you. Get some sleep. I think we have business at the Cobb House tomorrow.
Yeah, family night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Something about we're hunting Bigfoot. Even I kept trying to say Bigfoot doesn't exist.
That I refuse to believe that. Also, we'll just have to be very careful. I'm not trying to put you in a situation that is dangerous to you and your health.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I also need to have a conversation with Zaren before we get to business. Is there anything you want to ask me before we go to bed?
No, not right now.
Sure.
Oh, well, there is one thing. Is Bean's cat bed here?
Yes. I didn't unbox it yet. I left it in front of your bedroom door because I thought it would be impolite for me to set it on the inside of your door, as that would involve me crossing the threshold of your bedroom.
I appreciate you not violating my privacy.
Again, I'm trying to be better than my sire was. So
I appreciate that. Though we're gonna have to talk to the people at the Cobb House about giving the cat treats. She's already overweight.
make sure they don't give her any blood treats either. I know that's been a thing in the past. That's how we kind of got to the point of Bubbles getting so big. And I'm sure you're not quite ready to have been as a familius yet.
Okay. She's just gonna pick up the cat, just hurry zoom to her room.
Okay.
Love you.
She just waves, uh-huh.
He just shakes his
Nice.
head. Teenagers.
Indeed. Oh dear. All right.
And then Vaughn will just quick
Mhm.
Head to their bedroom.
Okay.
No,
And
you'll hear the Ted Bundy tapes going on and her just muttering angrily at it.
Okay.
just really quickly text Ilya before they go to bed.
Okay.
Hey, family night's tomorrow. Gonna miss you. FaceTime is a thing I've recently learned how to do.
Nice.
And then just like sit their phone on the nightstand and kind of like excitedly but anxiously stare at it until they pass out because the sun came up.
I could see that. Okay. So, all right. The sun does crest over the horizon, and we find our kindred safely for this night in their havens, away from the light of day. And M, I know that this is time for you to log on
Yep.
out. So
Be the sleep.
thank you again for joining us.
Yes.
And
hearts.
when you return for next session, we will insert Claire into what we'll have a little bit going on at the family night at the Cobb
You want
House
me
to
to go ahead
finish
and
our
roll
session.
a rouse check for tomorrow morning?
Absolutely, go for it.
That will be a no.
Okay, so you wake up a little hangry. So
Back up the damn two. Shit.
okay,
Oh, Vaughn can take Claire hunting before family.
there you go. All right, so we'll start a little bit into family night for the rest of the session, as there was going to have some conversation that Milo, Zaren, and Vaughn will have, and then we'll be wrapping up for the evening.
Yep.
Okay.
Because Zaren has to go meet with Felicity, and we have that meeting. So when Vaughn shows up, it'll be Milo at the house.
Okay. So our day progresses through, and it's Friday. It's the end of the week.
It's yeah. We hungry. We
Hungry.
hungry.
Vaughn goes up to 1.
Okay. And same for you, Milo.
No, I got the 10 on my hunger die.
Yes, success,
Nice.
buddy. I don't know what to do for you.
Okay.
He just screamed. That's all he wants to do.
Alrighty then. So when Friday night comes about, Milo, Zaren become awake in the Cobb House, and Natalie informed you, but right before sunrise hit, that Claire was taken back for the day. So you're aware. So you don't come up expecting to see Claire, and she's not there.
Yeah. Zaren would, before we went to bed, would be like, I promise we won't use it again.
The spirit pool, you're talking to Milo or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Milo. Promise we won't use it again.
yeah. I don't want you to get hurt using it.
It's my fault what happened to that.
It's not, you didn't know it did that.
Oh.
And hey, we're gonna fix it. We're fixing it.
Yeah. We're trying to fix it.
We're gonna fix it.
Alright. Thank you.
Okay.
Let us know if you need help with that.
Yeah,
I'm
of
gonna
course.
go meet with Felicity tomorrow. So
Okay.
I'll let her know about Kellyanne and all that, and
Yeah.
but not Rook. So probably dropped it off, so I might be a bit late.
I can always find you another to replace him when you give him to Aubrey.
I'll find someone.
It's best if you rotate them out because I'm pretty sure they'll go bad if you don't.
They're spoiled anyway, Lo.
Gotta rotate your stock of shovel heads.
Stop it.
Restock the pool boys. Yeah.
Gotta restock the pool boys. There we go. There's a quote.
So Zaren will go up to his room.
Okay.
And he's at 3 hunger when he goes to sleep. So that's fun. And then
Okay.
he'll get up in the morning, go do the Felicity conversation. So
Okay. Super quick.
mhm.
You all go through your days. Milo, you still have some lingering visions that come through in your day sleep. This one comes through in such a way as you enter it feeling like you're kind of feeling like you are slightly outside your body, watching your body do something. You're like your vision, your perspective from within the vision or day sleep dream that you're having is that you're outside of your own form, your own physical form, and your own physical form is just still in that state of rage and frenzy, and you're killing everything you come across. Friends, foes, people. They come up, they're torn apart. Bones flying everywhere. Blood soaking the area. But this sense of perspective where you're away from what you're viewing, this detachment, you see yourself wanting, you feel within you, you're like, I want to gain control. I want to get back. I want to stop what's occurring. You feel that welling up inside you. But that thing, that red, pulsing, angry color just is frozen inside your form. And you feel like you're hitting a barrier, like a wall, to try and correct what's happening. And in the back of your mind, there's this dark voice that's just endlessly talking, repeating, saying to you, use me, and you will kill forever. And then you come awake at the night. Not exactly happy with your day sleep premonitions, as they were. Okay. So everybody was taking care of their morning rouse check, and Zaren. There we go, Zaren.
No, I don't want it.
Okay.
I'm gonna end up taking it if Felicity goes up her fucking locker.
So, Zaren, you, what's the first thing that you're doing upon waking for the evening? Sorry.
I was waiting for calls back and going to see Felicity.
Okay.
As soon as Smudge lets me know where Allison is, doing that. And yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you.
But I also need to eat before I go see Allison. It's important.
Sure. That is important, yes.
Because she's a snack. Not like that.
She is.
She's slubbery.
She a snack.
She's 15. She's not a snack.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, she wasn't
She wasn't.
6 or 15, 16, 15, whatever age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was just slightly older than Luke.
Sasha is who it is now, and Sasha would have been a good snack.
Okay, Sasha was a snack. Like
Sasha was a snack.
Sasha was a snack. That's yep.
I stole her fair and square.
SNACC.
We.
Damn it.
Did we lose your video? We did. There you are.
Oh no. There you are.
There we are. We're back.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So calls back you're waiting for according to the recon sheet.
Yeah, let me pull up the doc.
So you left all those messages for Vaughn. So Vaughn got them. So you want to go hunt some wolves. Mr. Chance, call me back, prick. So,
you know.
Claire doesn't want to talk to you, but she's safe. We were told she held a gun to Nat's head to escape. Anyway, we have to do our job later. Won't leave her alone. Call me back. And then okay. And Milo, what is it you do upon first waking?
Call the DeWitts.
Call the DeWitts. Got it. Okay. All right. And Vaughn, what are you doing upon first waking? What's that?
Calling Marius first.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Zaren, we'll get your conversation with Rook out of the way, because I think you were going to go. Were you just feeding, or were you actually going to talk to them some more?
I'm not talking to Rook. No. I'm giving Rook to Aubrey.
That's right. Thank
you.
So
I fed off of him and was like,
you fed off of him.
I told you that I'd get you somewhere safer. But once again, you need to cooperate. Otherwise, I can't make any promises.
Their torpid form. There's a slight, ever so slight movement in their eye.
Yeah, because I told him I'd keep him away from Killian. I'm doing that.
You are. Okay. Aubrey will be by to retrieve.
And the DeWitts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Milo.
Mm-hmm.
So you call them back now. You actually had a meeting that you were going to set up.
I did. We said technically that was part of the retcon
Oh, that's right.
that we were keeping, I assumed. Because I called and said, I'm not some crazy ghost chaser. I just want to know the history of the board. I'm fascinated by it. My grandma was alive at that time, blah, 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 blah. And they're
Cool.
like, you're not going to put this on a blog. And I was like, no, what? So we can redo the conversation if you want.
That's
but
fine. Nope, we're cool.
Then I set up a meeting for later tonight. They said a couple hours.
Yep. All right. So you give them a call, and woman picks up this time, goes, hello. Oh. Who is this?
What?
Oh, it's,
Huh?
oh, you're the one who called yesterday. Is that correct?
Hold on. Gonna back up. Because of the retcon, Milo actually called them Friday. We had gone into Friday,
That's
and then we
right.
retconned all of it. So this would be my first phone call to them.
Got it.
I
Okay.
was asking, do you want to redo the phone call?
Yeah, let's go ahead and redo it.
Okay.
Let me get to my notes on those people.
Sorry. I'm
so I know who you're
sorry I
talking-
didn't make that clear. I was trying
That's fine. That was my own fuck up. It's okay. So give me just a second here. I just want to pull up my notes. Some stuff. Come on, baby. Where you at? Here. Let's see here. Either when I have someone and then I can't find them. Oh, that's... This. Sorry, this is taking so long. I just have to locate.
No worries. I'm reading.
to.
And right about here. There they are.
Oh, I forgot I was actually gonna kidnap Petra.
There we go.
I have a problem.
All right.
Want me to make a note?
No, this was ages ago.
Still do it.
I don't need to kidnap Petra to make Lizzie
Why not?
brave.
So you.
I ate Lizzie. Oh, that's another thing I have to tell Vaughn is I killed Elizabeth Bathory.
There you go. Yes. Okay. All right.
My
Milo?
productive decade.
Been a very productive decade. Okay, Milo.
No, it hasn't.
You-
It's been terrible. I hated
Wow.
every second of it.
Productive in a certain sense. Okay, so you call Milo. Milo, you call,
Mhm.
and this woman's voice picks up and says, DeWitt Family Residence, this is Taylor.
Hi. I'm calling because you sold some board games to a hole in the wall.
Left on the shelf.
Left on the shelf. It is a
Left
bit
on
of a
the
hole
shelf.
in the wall store, but
The hole in the
I
wall
mean,
store.
you're not
Yeah.
wrong.
yeah. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. Are you
Yes.
are you with any groups or societies or anything like that? Like not with any ghost hunting groups or anything, or
No. My family actually owns. I know what you're. Yeah, my family actually owns that particular the spirit board. And I just wanted to know the history of it because I looked at this, so I have this information. You know, it has things like the MD. Was the initials carved in it? MD.
Yes, MD. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has things like the MD carved into it, and I just, you know, I'm just really fascinated with, you know, the history of it, like who owned it, what it meant to them, you know, like.
So you're just interested from like an historical collector's perspective, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe not a historical or collectors. I just really like to know. I just want to know where it came from. Like, I just am interested in its history. Seems like a lot went into making it, and I just, you know, just wanted to know about it.
Okay. I suppose I have some time. Do you have a little bit of time?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a little bit of time to hear it.
Okay. Well, our family's been involved for a long history of investment and shareholding in various companies that produce these sort of games since the 1960s.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, we've also had employees within companies, not just Parker Brothers, but you know, Mattel and Hasbro and such. So it's how we come to acquire our family fortune, I guess you could call it. It's been on the wane though, since, you know, such board games, and some of them have fallen out of favor or not as popular as they used to be. But in the case of, now you're calling about the William Fowled one, right?
Would I know that information?
The talking board. That's the one you're
Yes.
calling about, right?
Yeah, the one it has that one.
You hear the sigh. It's
Okay.
all like, there's a silly legend very much attached to this board. Are you sure you want to hear this? If you're not one of those occult people that run around investigating the occult, this will probably be an incredibly boring story to you.
Well, I mean,
if it's even true.
Is it like a ghost story, like you tell at a campfire kind of thing, or is it like one of those small town legends, or is it like is that what? Because that's interesting on its own. But if it's
a little mix of both.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could say. Well, back in I can tell you that obviously this was a bit before my time, but it's kind of one of these family history legends thing. I really don't put a whole lot of stock into it, but you know, I'll humor you and you can take it and tell what it is, you know. But the board in question, the one that you're talking about, originally came from the factory for Parker Brothers in Salem, Massachusetts. So that particular item was part of a batch that, according to the story, was fraught with issues, manufacturing problems. It was almost like the creation of this board was just never meant to be. But it did get built, made nonetheless. But once again, according to the story, there was a horrific accident at the plant. Well, a worker was caught in the press board assembly line, when the board was being made. And a couple of other employees were injured. That employee was one Malcolm DeWitt. He's a family member of ours, great uncle or uncle of mine, great uncle, excuse me. But yes, if you were to call the company, they have documents on file that show that yes, there was an accident that occurred. It's incredibly unfortunate. We all settled out and life moved on. But
so did they decide to give you the board because of what happened? Like, is that why they?
Oh no, the plant manager just as soon as the incident was cleared up, they continued manufacturing the boards and sent them out for sale.
So I'm trying to phrase a question and I'm getting. Give me a second. But
No
you
problem.
said that the worker that had the accident was related to you. So what are the chances that you ended up with one of these boards that this was supposedly?
I don't know. I don't believe in any particular superstitious circumstances. It just happened to come back around in our family. It was just one of those things. The board itself was told to us by the people who gave it back to us. They're all like, here. It was there's a rumor that some family in the middle 80s, there's someone had a freak episode, murdered their whole family over it. It was just a lot of negativity attached to it, and basically it found our way back into our hands by rather mundane means. Actually, there was a toy drive that we were running for a local charity. A bunch of the toys were dropped off. The board happened to be among them. We recognized it, brought it home, checked it out. Didn't really use it. We just put it in storage for a long time until we had the estate sale.
Do you know who carved the MD onto the planchette?
I have no idea.
Huh.
MD?
Yeah, somebody carved it. I mean, if this is a legend, it could have been literally anybody, honestly, anyone that got a hold of it, you know. But yeah, it was carved into the actual glass of the again, if you're saying that if you know, people know that legend, then there's, I mean,
She looks at you, or
probably,
sorry, you hear, sorry, she's not looking, she's calling you. So you hear this kind of like a, there was nothing etched in anything.
what do you mean there was nothing etched in anything? It's I was just looking at it.
I don't know what to tell you. That must have happened. There was no such initials. There was no special carvings or anything when we had it.
Then you know, it could be one of my family members playing a joke on me. Maybe they knew. I'm gonna have to yell at them. It'll be fine. So it's always just kind of ended up back in your hands just by just mundane means. That's really funny.
Oh no, it's just that one time when we got it.
Oh,
back
just the
toy
one
drive.
time.
Yes.
Just got it back at the toy drive. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right. And then is nope. All right. And you said that were you the first owners of the board, or were there people that owned it before? Obviously, you said that it wasn't yours initially, but like your family, were they the first ones to own it, or are there people that might know more about?
Not us, members of our specific family did own the board at first, but it's been just sent out, it's been donated, sold at yard sales, to my understanding. What I know of the board's history, or at least what's rumored of it, is that it's just been all through everything that you would expect a toy like that to circulate through. Goodwill, Salvation Army.
Okay. So
I mean, we did lose Malcolm to, but I was not very close to. I mean, it was before my time.
Yeah. I am terribly sorry for your loss, even though it was before your time. That's always a terrible thing to have happen to any family member. But yeah.
I mean, that's really it. There's just not a.
Well, I mean, granted, it's also not an old toy. I mean, these were made in the 70s. It's not like that was that long ago. It's not like a chair from the 1800s or something. Like I get it.
I mean, if you want a replacement or a new one, be happy to range something for you. I mean, if it's broken and just or missing pieces or something.
Oh no, it's not broken or missing pieces. It's just different. I think it became potentially vandalized at one point. And it's probably not the original board that it was before it ended up in our hands. So I'm
interesting. I don't know what to say.
I actually it was very helpful knowing that you weren't the one that actually did the, like you said, the end. You said that wasn't scratched into it, like when you had it, like that's that was helpful. I was definitely thinking that maybe somebody had done that before it reached the left on the shelf shop, but now I know it was after. So this has been very helpful. It has. I really appreciate that.
The only thing that's a little, like I said, the only thing that some of the ghost chasers and some of the paranormal investigators like to embellish a bit about this story is that, official records from the company is that it was an accident. And we believe it was an accident. Because some of the interviews of the workers there on that day when it occurred, they gave some very, very crazy stories.
Like, what could you possibly embellish about an accident?
As that Malcolm literally threw himself into the equipment, that he seemed compelled to do so. I mean, they tried to.
Wow.
What's that?
I'm just making. That's just wow. That's an awful. Really?
I know.
They're probably just trying to get attention.
It's foolish. It was an accident through and through. Great uncle was, he wasn't a crazy person in any way.
Well, those places were always a lot more dangerous. Safety regulations back in that day were not as, checked in and
oh, absolutely not.
Maintained.
So, worker care and safety was very, very lax.
Yeah.
So, Anyway, I hope you found it helpful.
I did.
Like I
Thank
said,
you.
it's an incredibly sensationalistic story with absolutely no truth behind it.
Yes, absolutely. But thank you so much. And again, I am very sorry that happened. I know you said that you know, but yeah, it's still unfortunate. Yeah.
It's appreciated. Take care.
Yep, you too. Thank you so much.
Yep, and the woman hangs up.
It wasn't there. It wasn't there. It wasn't there. It wasn't there. Panic. I haven't finished writing this down.
Okay. All right. Vaughn.
Yes.
Place a call to Marius. Now you know Marius only connects over a certain landline service that was installed for him specifically. And it's a specific number that you call. Good evening.
Marius.
Pleasure to speak with you. How are you?
I am perpetually excellent. I hope the evening greets you with the rest of your first day sleep.
So far, enjoyable.
I know we're both clear on why I'm here visiting, as much as it is lovely and a privilege to be a part of your court for the time being.
Aye.
My sire holds an unfulfilled debt, and I am here to make amends, to fulfill the honored promise. And at all risk of sounding impatient, which I hope is not the way you take this call, I am curious on what it is that you require of Malcolm that has brought me here exactly.
It's not an unreasonable request, my dear Vaughn. As you are more than likely aware, the temporary setback of our relocation from Portland is one that is a setback looking to be corrected in as timely and carefully a manner as we can orchestrate. Now, with respect to an unfilled debt of Malcolm, we know, Vaughn, that you bring a lot of qualities, both of your person and as a representation of your clan. Essentially, we know that the movement of PDX hangs by a thread. That thread I wish to see snipped, and as due time as we possibly can make it. I know you. You are very insightful, determined, and can hold your own very well when needed. All these qualities and more are crucial to reclaiming what is rightfully belonging to the tower.
Belonging to you, my prince.
In due time. Go ahead.
So, if I gather your meaning, because as I'm sure you've been made well aware, I do not deal in uncertain terms.
Mm-hmm.
You are asking me to unseat the movement from a place of power in Portland and make way for a full reinstatement of the Camarilla law.
That is correct. Now, you are in a unique position. The movement of Portland, as I'd mentioned, hangs by a thread. And we are, should any wish to return to a place that has shown them clemency and shelter and protection decades past. Such leniency will be offered to those who want it within the movement itself. Please make sure, to the very best of your determination, that you can offer that. The power base within PDX. It thinks it has the resources and the ability to see us ousted, and that is not the case. When it is shown that they are weak, feckless, and as many in the movement of past decades and centuries has shown us, they cannot hold to anything because they lack the foundation that we do. They lack the strength, they lack the commitment. I trust, Vaughn, that you can exploit that.
I believe that I can, and actually, if you would be amenable, I have been contemplating, as I had begun to hazard a guess that that was your intent with the debt being fulfilled. I wonder if you would be amenable to a secondary plan. As you know, as kindred, we are predators. And it is often best to trick a predator into believing that they are yet wild and free before the yoke falls.
Precisely.
Would you be amenable to my going undercover within the movement? I think perhaps it could institute a more gentle transition. How many, do you know how many barons there are within Portland?
There is currently only one baron declared of the city. Trumped up couch baron of a whore from Vancouver. Calls herself Felicity.
Then I wonder, in that case, would it be better for me to infiltrate within the lower levels of the Anarch movement, garner support and allies within the movement, unseat this baron myself, take the seat of the barony for myself, and then you and I might ease the transition so that the Anarchs are yet unaware that they are indeed acting under the guise and direction of the Camarilla.
It's a tempting plan.
In my own mind, having fought wars before, this seems the best way to avoid a war of attrition. It seems there would be less thorns in both of our backsides this way. And though I do abhor deceit, I do think that this is the path of least resistance. And if you do mean what you say by offering those who would not rally against you protection, what better way is there to protect more of them by their not knowing that it is you who is their shepherd?
I see. And yes, I do seek to offer those that would align themselves with us clemency. And
Does that
leniency.
include the Thin Bloods?
There's a few seconds of silence on the other end of the line. I would have to arraign with the Primogen Council upon such a matter. I can more than likely foretell, Vaughn, that it would not be greeted very warmly of such a topic.
And yet the Council of Thorns was not greeted with warm response. It took the Bonu Hakim hundreds of years to come around.
This is
It's
true.
simply a thought.
I will see what I can do.
If my voice is needed at that meeting, you have but to call on me.
Understood.
I find I can be much more persuasive in person. And while the Thin Bloods in my line of work are relatively indifferential from mortals, and not to sound like a heretic, my prince, but they are useful.
If their usefulness does benefit and in ways that the tower reaps what the Thin Bloods are able to offer, I think that would make such a discussion far more palatable to the council.
Very well. I'll do my best not to eat up any more of your time for the evening. I know you're a busy man.
Understood.
There's one more thing that I would like to ask.
Yes.
Are we prepared to fight a war if this fails? I ask you that as a warrior to a prince. Are you prepared?
You hear Marius very quickly and very surely respond, absolutely. The importance of this city and what it represents cannot be understated. It is a jewel of this area, Vaughn. It is a jewel that has long shown and attracted to those that are the enemies of us. And you know who they are. The rabble will not be able to keep it. They will need the safety and security of the tower. And if that must be done by force in the end, then it will be so.
Very well. I've extinguished an Anarch revolt for Calabros of New York, and I shall surely do the same for you.
I have heard. And it is those talents and those qualities that I look forward to your success.
There is one more thing that I require for this plan to go without a hitch. I need you to keep this confidential between only your most trusted allies on your Primogen Council and with my own sire. I will need you to publicly admonish me and exile me from the tower. I will need public knowledge. I will need word spread all the way to the ear of Felicity, if you can get it that far, that the Paladin of Chicago has been forcibly removed from the tower. That is the only way that any of this is manageable. If I need to make an appearance for a public humiliation and punitive movement, so be it. We'll simply need to arrange a time and a place that is beneficial. But this step is imperative to the plan.
Understood. You have my word that it will remain confidential between your sire, you, myself, and key trusted individuals.
Very well. Then the plan begins tonight. I'm going to be making my way into the city. I will not be available here in Beaverton until the plan is complete.
I give you one resource that you may call upon. You will come to know that there is an individual within the city of PDX. Their name is Cassius. You may contact them. They have methods by which they can contact us. They have a very moldable fledgling working for them. Their information has been incredibly valuable. They seek to be re-embraced back into the tower's protection once this is done.
Very well. I assume you would like me to act as a handler for this individual?
Cassius is rather resourceful, but I can foresee that arrangement being beneficial to your actions. You may set up a meeting and inform them as such, with my backing.
Very well.
They will not disagree.
Very well. then for the final time, that I may address you as such. Have a good evening, my prince. I will be in contact in what ways I may.
Fare thee well, Vaughn.
Vaughn hangs up the phone.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Well put.
My notes are amazing.
Glad. I'm
Oh,
going
man.
to skin Cassius alive and put him in one of his cars and then paint his cars with his blood and then play ping pong with them against the mural because fuck that bastard for ever touching that.
I have
Oh.
a single note that says Marius is gross and awful.
Marius is gross and awful. There you go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The note I wrote.
Yeah, no, Cassius and his perfect information that Nat's been faking.
I know. And
I love her. I
he's-
love her so
She's
much.
been doing it
She's
so
good.
well that Cassius can't tell the difference because he's
I
not
know, he's
smart
a fucking
enough.
idiot. You want to know why? Because there's so much fucking grease in his hair, it blocks the signals in his brain. He's insulated his own neurons. Anyway.
Okay. I can definitely have some more discussion with Yvonne about how that whole dismissing of Vaughn can happen, and then we can proceed with.
Fuck
I have
Marius.
notes
Fuck
so we
Cassius.
can remember.
Ophelia
Awesome!
too.
Thank you
Ophelia,
so
I'm
much,
set-
Milo, for taking notes. Thank you so much.
I found all the traitors and I've been feeding them info and fuck them.
I have like 6 pages of notes, by the way. So like,
Traitor
if you need
bitch.
to remember anything, I probably have it written down.
Thank you so
Yeah, I've been-
much. Super awesome.
This is my notebook that you can't see, and I don't know why.
It's
There's
an
notes. There's.
The book is a ghoul, and the book has obfuscate.
You have to put it in front of your face. Put it in front of your face. Okay.
Oh, no.
That
Oh
kinda
no!
worked. That only worked a
Nick's
little
going to obfuscate for real. There
bit.
she-
No. Yeah, I can tell you're holding something, but it looks like you're holding part of the background. It's very weird.
Yeah, and I think after Vaughn gets off the phone with Marius, he'll give Hayward a call.
Very good.
It's time to go back to the Cobb House. I know I've been having you basically run us back and forth, but I have business with an individual there that doesn't like to meet at the office, so.
Of course, sir. Whatever you need.
And then they'll rehash the paying for Jeffrey's tuition conversation on the way there, since that was a part of the retcon.
Of course. Haywood is extremely grateful. It's really not necessary, but it's incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Anything to make your transition into being here from New York any easier for you and Mary, of course.
Thank you. Jeffrey's
He's a bright kid.
will be incredibly grateful that they need this opportunity.
If he shows a knack for business in the next decade, there's always a place for him in the company.
Understood. And Haywood looks genuinely pleased about the prospect. All right, Zaren.
Yes. I still have a lot of feelings about Cassius, and I just want to hurt him, but I need him to keep making people think the Anarchs are fucking up.
Yep.
Because I have everything down. I just realized once again how much domain I have, and it's it's actually a problem. It might be a problem at this point.
You know, you could talk to Felicity about becoming
No.
the Baron of that area.
Yeah.
And you could be declare yourself in there and be just part of the joint power structure.
Then I could be a constable.
You would make a lovely constable.
Could.
Yeah.
Milo could be
You said
upgraded
that in
to
a way that didn't sound at all convincing.
Okay, but can you imagine Zaren and Vaughn running a city together?
Oh God, no.
That city
Yes.
wouldn't last very long.
Hey, we had Chicago going great until Illy fucked it up.
Oh.
Exactly.
Okay.
Illy
and-
would fuck it up again.
on Vaughn's end, if Capone could have just kept his fucking power boner in his pants, everything would have been fine.
Right? That bastard still owes me, by the way. I can't collect now, but fuck him.
I mean, I can give you his number and you can chat.
I've been dead for 10 years. It's not going to work out too well.
I heard he really enjoys heavy breathing in the phone. So.
Yes.
Some pained breaths.
Obviously. Pain breaths. I mean, that's just how Zaren breathes, right? Everything is pain. Life is esoteric pain. Isn't that what I told Gracie?
Yeah, that's it. Everything is esoteric pain,
Esoteric.
which we need on a shirt.
Okay. So, putting aside thoughts of everything you want to do to Cassius for a moment.
Okay.
And I think we're going to get to a point here soon-ish to
What
wrap
time
up
is it?
because it's
Okay.
12:30 on our end.
Yeah.
I do have to be up semi-early tomorrow because I have a doctor's appointment in the morning with my son. So
I can tell that I'm tired by the progression of my notes.
I can slowly see you sinking, Sam. That's
I know.
that's the thing.
There's a little bit of that going on.
All
I
right.
can you just
But yeah,
Don't mean to.
I think what would be a good progression here is Milo had a fantastic chat with DeWitt's, learned a lot. Fantastic Vaughn and Marius interaction, and then Zaren we're gonna come to you, and I think we'll finish off the night with
I
you.
really just
You
that
also said,
bastard.
and the way my screen is, both Avery and Az look like they're back to back. Like it's very funny.
Yeah.
There you go.
Power bros.
Power Bros
Yeah.
taking over the city. Power.
I mean, if Illy wanted to be Anarchs, we might as well do it good.
If you guys just lean a little bit more back, I'll take a screen cap for you.
There you go.
There we go. I'll send that in a little bit.
Yay.
Love it. Love it.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh yes, Vaughn, feel free to avail yourself of some of the links that I put in the Discord to some PDFs that I've bought recently. So
Yes, we'll do that.
but Zaren?
I hate him.
Have we devolved?
We're at the tired
Do you
point.
want a Felicity or do you want a not Felicity? Because like
No, Felicity.
Felicity or not Felicity?
Like
you got
we can.
Aubrey coming to pick up Rook.
Yeah, Aubrey can pick up work, but the conversation with Felicity is everything I talked to you about. Like we can skip that since it's just a Zaren scene. Like I'm not worried about it.
just a Zaren scene. If you
Yeah.
guys wanted to, you could throw it up in the written.
We could.
If you like,
Mhm.
I mean,
Actually,
it
we
has
could
to
do some
be
written
what-
RP for it.
You mean like we? Oh,
Like-
why? My notes aren't a secret.
I don't know. I think it worked out really well with the Milo and Zaren stuff. So like,
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. This literally conversation with Felicity, and
Mhm.
and hey, we should make the Anarchs more Camarilla, but fuck the cam.
With
Yeah.
a difference. Camry alike, but with a difference.
Yeah. Free will, but
Yeah.
fuck you. This is my house.
This is my
key-
house.
The key point there that Felicity was intent on was was every kindred, regardless of how they came about to enter the night, gets at least the equal opportunity.
Yep.
To be what they can be. If they fuck up, then they fuck up.
If you fuck up,
And
I get to
it
eat
gets
you.
dealt with. But no, but it's not this structure of like feudalism slash, the tower monarchical sort of situation, and people who are just of privilege and can look at their prestigious bloodline and go, I'm good like this, so therefore I deserve this. It's much more of a meritocracy. So
all of you have to work for what you fucking have, and we will help you keep what you have if you help us keep what we have. Yeah,
exactly.
Damn it, Zaren's gonna become a baron, and I don't know how I feel about that.
That's okay. We can have Constable Gracie and Constable Milo.
Fuck yeah, I am here for Constable Gracie hitting on my lupine.
Oh boy, Gracie sent Peter for quite a loop. That was chef's kiss.
I was sitting there being like, please don't bite into him. Please don't. It's a real bad idea. Like Milo knows bad idea.
So Zaren, do you want to just move what your talk will be? So why don't we just wrap up a quick scene with Aubrey picking up Brooke?
Okay.
Is that okay? Does that work?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you wanted to get Vaughn to the house to have a conversation with Milo while Zaren's still gone.
Yeah, let's.
Because honestly, it's here's my shovel head. I have to go find another one. Okay. Just here's what he told me so far. He has been cooperative. I promised him like a little bit.
Like, he's not too bad. I did traumatize the fuck out of him though, so like he might not be super talkative for a bit.
I can make him talk.
I know you can. I'm just letting you know. It's a little traumatized and a bit on the empty side, so you might want to put something in there. She shakes him
a little bit.
Yeah.
You hear that? He's been sipping you up like a fucking Capri Sun. That's not. I don't like that. We're gonna have to fix that. You're gonna come play with me for a while. Take some.
Should have cooperated. Why am I hidden? You should have cooperated.
So Aubrey secures him
and then
on her bike.
Zaren will head off to Felicity.
Okay.
And Lo and
as Zaren heads off to Felicity, Vaughn, what we can do is Vaughn and Milo, how about we have a scene to wrap? How about we wrap up the night on that scene? Because let's get it to where Vaughn and Milo actually talk.
Finally.
Vaughn, you have Haywood drop you off at the Cobb House. Zaren is not there at that time, but I'm assuming Zaren has probably let you know where they're going to be, what he's up to. So you're coming up to the house that's currently just has at the moment Nat, Benji will have returned too for.
You know what, Benji and I can have a like. Zaren will be like, we need to talk later. I love you. Bye.
Okay. Benji's busy doing stuff, but Benji will have shown up, stayed for the day, and then he's back out doing stuff. I'm just saying he came back like he was supposed to.
Oh, okay.
Boom, left. So it's actually no, he's not still there. So it's actually Roy's off of Roy can be off doing whatever you'd like Roy to do.
I think Roy needs to go get more cows.
Yep.
Because those went bad, and I'm going to privately tell Roy that he needs to, if Natasha's there, that he needs to tell her it's not safe anymore like we promised. Cool. He sees her working to be like, we're going to be doing this soon, you got to go.
Got it. So that's good to know. And so, it's Milo and Nat.
Vaughn just walks straight in the front door.
Okay, you walk straight in the front door, and basically, it's basically all you see is Milo, because Nat, at this point in time, before any of that other stuff happens, is still down in the basement.
Yep. And Vaughn is very similarly dressed to what I've going on. He's got the black Sherpa hoodie underneath, battle vest on.
Uh-huh.
Hey there.
Hi. She is probably perched up on something and has like her raccoon.
Oh yeah, Gangrel. Right. Sorry about the thing with the cat a few days ago.
You know, it's fine. Cat's doing
was-
fine, by the way.
I was maybe a little hungrier than I should have been at the time. It was probably not my best moment.
I mean, I get nervous. So I mean the blame might fall on my shoulders just a little bit. I could have actually said something to you instead of just, leaving.
Has Zaren told you how much you're like Liam? It's really uncanny, actually.
Not outright in the bluntest sense of the way you just did, but it has been implied a lot, and he has almost called me Liam.
Yeah. Well, you're much easier to look at. I'll give you that.
Well, that is at least something different, I suppose.
Maybe if you would just have bathed like once, that would have been great. It's impolite to speak ill of the permanently dead.
Would you like to hug my raccoon?
I actually would not.
Oh,
I
person that said no.
No, it's nothing against the little guy. Animals just tend to avoid me like the plague.
I don't know, the cat seemed to like you.
We've had our ups and downs, sure. Mainly downs.
Well, I mean, cats are. I'm about to insult myself. I'm gonna stop. Yes,
Cats,
she says all this stuff, by the way.
Cats are capricious by nature. And I am not that, although I think Zaren would have characterized me otherwise.
I mean, he told me that you're his brother, and he is offended that I would think otherwise, even though you're adopted.
I like you a lot.
Well, thank you. I actually, you haven't told me anything about yourself, but you seem real nice, so.
Well, I don't really beat around the bush much. It's not my thing. I get straight to the point, and if that is not the right thing for the circumstances, I get to the point just a little bit slower.
I mean, all of that's very fair and makes a lot of practical sense.
Do we still do family night on Friday? That's like the whole reason I showed, but like nobody's fucking here right now.
Well, okay. They're gonna go talk to the Baron for something really important. Otherwise, yes.
Okay, yeah,
We're doing family night. I got a bunch of liquor from some douche, so like it's good.
The only kind of liquor that I enjoy is other people's.
I mean, that's a good way to be. You want some?
Yes, actually,
right.
That would be lovely.
Cool.
Although, if you wouldn't mind, I would pour us both a glass.
Oh yeah, no, I don't mind, and I'll get one of the bottles from from Spiral and
pour each of them a glass and hand one to Milo. Slancha, take a sip.
It's as described earlier. It is pristine, fresh, incredibly satisfying to drink. just
It's-
taste purely of the blood preference that you want, and then just has that tingling sensation afterwards of the alcoholic quality, but without the taste.
Oh, you got this from a fucking Setite, didn't you?
Well, the bar
Oh,
is
it's-
owned by a Toreador.
So a Toreador got it from a Setite. Good to know.
Probably. I'm guessing.
Although I hear it's impolite.
Solaris does it.
Although I hear it's impolite to call them Setites now, which is a bit confusing for me.
Well, a lot of people change what they like to be called just due to connotation
Right.
of words.
Sure, pronouns, all that good stuff.
Yep.
They, them, by the way.
Oh, well,
to
thank
get-
you for letting me know.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't want to put anybody in a weird situation. So, yeah, I mean, you said before we got to the drink pouring that you don't really know a lot about me, so I'm an open book. Ask away. 20 Questions was popular in Victorian England. Also, did you know that nipple piercings were the height of fashion in London in the Victorian era?
I did not know that, but
You look a bit young.
I'm a bit young.
Right. I always like ripping out that fun fact.
I'm really glad you didn't take that sentence where I thought it was going to go, so that's good news.
I would never seek to deprive someone of the height of fashion. So
That's a quote.
But yeah, no, I'm an open book. Ask away. If you have any questions, I'm here. Claire probably want to be here for a little bit. Ask away. And while I'm not under the duress to screen my answers because she's here, now's probably a good time.
Well, what brought you to Portland?
Honestly, because we're family, because Zaren calls you family. I'm here fulfilling a debt to the Camarilla Prince of Beepson for my sire, who's an absolute fucking dick, by the way.
Lots of
I would say the same about my sire, but I don't actually know him.
Oh, I hear that's common with Gangrel, though.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, depending on who finds the fledgling and when. Depends on if they actually end up running into their sire again. But
Sure.
So why do you have to do this instead of them, your sire?
Malcolm doesn't like to get his hands dirty, and he's about 400 years overdue for the calling. He spends a lot of his time trying to resist.
400 years overdue?
Yes, so
Why can't the crotchety old fuck take a nap?
He does do a lot of sleeping, and when he is awake, he torments me endlessly. So, yeah, no, Malcolm's a bit of a mess, but he's my mess to clean up after, I guess. So, I mean, he did give me the literal keys to centuries of life and wealth like I'd never even dreamed of as the son of a whore growing up in Inverness. So,
Oh, my dad was a pig farmer.
I've met many lovely pig farmers, although
Oh, he was a dick.
I was about to say it's sort of a mixed bag. Yeah.
Bag of dicks.
A mixed bag of dicks, as it seems. Yes. Well, I mean, offers on the table. I'll go kill him for you if he's not dead.
Oh, he actually was mauled to death by a bear, so it's okay.
You know, it's almost poetic justice. Did his pigs get to eat him?
Unfortunately, no, his pigs didn't get to eat him, but the rest of the family doesn't know what happened to him. So, like, he was not buried.
Oh, great. So he's probably a ghost.
Oh, that's upsetting. Oh no, I can see those. Ah, okay, it's fine. Illy's really nice, and
Yes, that is correct. She's the best of us at the end of the day.
yeah, she helped me out. So she also lets me borrow her clothes, which is really nice of her. But Zaren said he'd take me shopping, and he hasn't.
Does she still have that sequin dress that I sent in like the 70s?
Would that be with her? I think she has that with her. She took most of her wardrobe with her, except some stuff, which I was allowed to borrow. That was a mean thing to say, by the way.
You know, I had to strong arm Gucci into making that for her.
Really?
It was weeks of pressured negotiation. But then I showed up with Al Capone at his apartment, and it became a pretty quick process.
Oh, Al Capone?
Oh yes, he's a good friend of mine, actually. We used to do jobs together back in the old days.
Jobs being what?
Robbery, theft, loan sharking, murder.
That's what I thought. No, that's fine. I do a lot of murder, so like I don't really have a
Oh,
right to
good.
judge.
Good. Well, that is something we have in common.
Oh, good.
Wonderful. Yes, I do love a good murder now and again.
Yeah, I definitely I like to hurt people. It's kind of a problem.
Speaking of murders, another fun fact. I was directly responsible for Jack the Ripper.
You were? You were?
I was, yes. And I've never said that with Claire in the room, so don't repeat that, please.
I should probably warn you that I am shit at lying. So if she asks, I'm going to have to just walk away from the conversation.
Well, I will try and keep her off the subject of
That's
archaic serial killers. Yes. Jack...
She and Gracie were actually talking about that earlier, but I hadn't had this conversation with you yet.
Wonderful.
So.
Well,
yeah.
yes, no, my ghoul at the time, he got a little overzealous, and you know, started murdering whores in Whitechapel, and
did he at least, I don't know, like drink their blood or use any of their parts or anything?
No, it was more of a witness cleanup sort of.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
You know, back in those days, you know, when they were streetwalkers, they saw a lot of the nightlife in the city, and I did enjoy a good feeding in Whitechapel, and so it was bound to happen that, you know, there would be complications, but.
I
do miss Arthur, though. I miss him quite a bit.
What was his name?
Oh, yes. His name was Arthur Moore.
What happened? What actually happened to him? Because, like, no one knows.
The Prince of London made me rip his head off in the middle of court.
How do you feel about that?
I actually miss Mithras quite a bit.
That's the prince?
Previously, yeah. SI made quick work of him though.
Oh, that's bullshit.
It was. He was the most honorable venture I ever had the pleasure of being in contact with. I wish he would have been my sire. Although at the same time, I feel like I would not be here if he was.
I mean, in a way that's very logical. Like, I agree with that. Stop
Yes,
laughing.
I wish you could have met him.
Follow London.
He was wise and honorable, and always had a way of seeing the best in his subjects. Queen Elizabeth, though, fucking bitch. Ugh.
That was who replaced him?
No, they were political adversaries.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess for a bit. Anyway, that was a long answer to a very simple question. I apologize for that.
Well, you did say you were an open book, and books do go on for a long time. So
About
it makes
nothing,
sense.
am I right?
Yeah, depends on the book sometimes. I guess
swear.
I don't really read.
I swear, so when Jonathan Ronald Rule brought me that fucking Hobbit book and it talked about walking for 38 fucking pages, I about lost my fucking mind.
I think I've read like 2 pages of that because it went on about tobacco leaves.
You know, I highly considered embracing him. Would have been
Tolkien?
very worth it. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I can see that. I can see that.
Would have been great. Although I would have loved to have embraced him, but I think he really belonged to the Toreador at the end of the day.
That also makes a lot of sense. They're pretty fancy.
Yeah.
Me with my big words over here.
Anything else?
No, I think that's mostly what I need to know. I think everything else can come with time because, you know, relationships and getting to know people comes with time. And
I'm really bad at that. I'm sort of a blurter when it comes to things like that.
you're a blur.
Fucking Christ. I don't know why I try and keep it up. I blurt a lot.
Oh, blur. See, okay.
Right, that, you know, the Australian bit, it's really sort of confusing when you get to talking very quickly.
Yeah, I like this better.
Yeah, most of Zaren's friends do. It's closer to home.
I guess that makes lots of sense. Well,
You know-
then again, because the way Zaren talks.
Right, he's got that. He's you know, I always sympathise with the Welsh, but they're and don't ever say I said this out loud. They are still Brits at the end of the day.
When we don't say it out loud.
Oh.
I mean,
They speculate King Arthur was either a Roman or a Welshman. So
really.
speculate. Although I'm more inclined to believe he was a Roman.
It because of the way he acted.
No. Actually, it's speculation I've had on the nature of Excalibur. Actually, because you know Excalibur was an ancient blade when Arthur was young, which leads me to believe that it was either a Roman spatha that he wielded or a Celtic anthropomorphic sword.
I mean, I guess that would make sense. Like, I assume you would know better than I would know because I don't know a lot of things in general.
Comes with time.
Does it?
Or having very old friends.
Oh, see, okay, I can do that. I just found out how old one of my friends is, and I'm very surprised. She doesn't act that old. So
Yeah.
that was fun.
I'll put it this way. Malcolm remembers King Fergus sailing from Ireland to settle Scotland. So
It's crabby old. I will stand by that. That crabby old man just needs to take a fucking nap, but that's fine.
he should probably take about 3 days of sunlight to the face while he's at it. But
You know, that's probably true.
although I think that tough old bastard might just survive 3 days in the sun.
I know thin bloods that can do that.
Right. I haven't met one other than Benji, actually. They tend to run when I come around. Yeah, a bit of nasty business back in New York.
Well, I mean, the thin bloods here, because of everything that's gone on and stuff, actually have a Gangrel friend, so none of them seemed alarmed by me at all.
Oh. Okay, weird question.
Okay.
I've heard there's a lot of bad blood with the Ventru here in Portland.
How much would Milo know about that, Mike?
Not a whole ton, unfortunately.
Okay.
You
I don't
you are aware as much as what Zaren informed Claire, that if there are unpresented Ventru who are vetted basically to be in the city.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Okay.
otherwise the other thing that Milo would be aware of is that the former prince of this city was a Ventru named Corin.
Okay.
Corin O'Halloran.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that dude.
Oh yeah. He was very much like Vaughn. If you were to mention that, I think Vaughn would actually know something about that, because Corin ruled this city very similarly to the Prince of New York. Very much Iron Fist warlord style. Corin's way or the highway. And he was an ancient Irishman, essentially.
So yeah, the bad blood is that I guess some unpresented Ventru. There's a blood hunt for any just rogue. I don't really like to use that word, and I'm pretty sure it's not 100% correct, but it's kind of synonymous, I think. Apparently, there's a blood hunt for them if they're.
Oh, that's fun. I might have to poke the bear on that one. If I do, keep your friends indoors.
Yeah, I can.
I'll give you a heads up.
Yep. You know what? Yep, sounds good to me.
I do think that Marius is getting a bit tired of me. I've been a bit of a thorn in his arse since I got here.
The Camarilla don't like me.
Why is that?
Because their sheriff is a dick.
You want me to take care of him for you?
You know, that would be lovely. He was harassing a bunch of thin bloods, and I caught him doing it, and it wasn't very nice about it. Even though I hadn't done anything, I didn't do anything.
Do you want any bits of him? I've heard you're a bit collector.
His teeth. I want his teeth. I will make them into a necklace.
Sure. All right, fair enough. I'll rip his teeth out and deal with him, and you can have him.
That sounds amazing. I like this deal. I like this.
Sure.
This is great.
That's manageable. I mean, I don't quite know him, but it's probably a pushover.
His name is Dexter, and he's a Bruja.
Ah, that's a bit of a conflict of interest for me, unfortunately.
His being a Bruja?
It's complicated.
Oh. I mean, I probably could kick his ass if I tried real hard. I just haven't seen him again.
Right. And take this lesson from an old man. When it comes to dealing with members of the Camarilla, it's best that if you do see him again, that's where it ends. If you take my meaning.
I do take your yes, absolutely, 100%.
Although I haven't got the sword out in quite a while, that could be fun.
Like a real sword? This isn't a euphemism?
Oh no. When I was released from my accounting, my brother Dougal, he had a sword made for me that was quenched in my own blood.
Oh.
It's a very special thing for me.
Understand why.
And I haven't got to get out in a while. I haven't really had purpose for it. And I think that this might qualify as purpose for it. You can.
Yes.
Oh, I like this plan. I really like this plan. Oh, especially if Marius tosses me out. Oh, it'll be so easy for me to draw him in. Oh, I'll just start making a ruckus and he'll show up. And then I'll take out him and his whole little fucking crew and you can keep the teeth.
I love teeth. I love bones. Bones are great.
And what are bones but mouth teeth? Or rather, what are teeth but mouth bones? I said that backwards.
I got what you were doing. Right.
So I questioned, since you're an open book, you said that you came down to favor for someone else to help, right, Marius?
Sure. Yes.
But you said that they think you're a pain in the ass. Like, are you intentionally being a pain in the ass, or like, are they just not like you?
I don't intend to be anything other than myself. And that rubs a lot of powerful people the wrong way.
I can see that.
Although in New York, it wasn't such an issue because the prince there, he and I are very similar. We share a lot of the same ideals. I shed a little blood for him. I nearly died for him a few times. So, but it's always rough whenever I get into a new city. And I don't think they like that my version of politics comes at the point of a sword.
I mean, everyone has their own methods. It's wrong to judge.
Well, I don't feel like it's too far to judge. I'm really a bad politician. So,
I mean, I don't know. I personally am very bad at talking to people. Like, I
prefer war to peace.
You know, I also like to hurt and punch people. So, like, I can't really disagree with you on that, because...
Have you ever been to war? Real war?
Not a real war, no. I've heard about war from people that went, but the only war I've been in is when we fight the lupines.
You saw part of it when you shared the senses, remember?
I did. Oh, fuck, that's right. All right, yeah. Well, Zaren did show me some more, actually.
Although
It was an accident, but
it's fair to say that as soon as we take to the blood, we're already in a war.
yeah,
Although it's much closer to that weird fucking thing we had with the Russians for a while. It's more spies and
yeah.
back alley brawls than it is.
The Cold War.
Oh right, that is what we called it.
Yeah, we called it the Cold War.
I always thought that was funny because we're all cold.
I always found it interesting too because I feel like it, you know, the way that you would call someone frigid, I feel like that's what was happening here.
Sure.
Like there was no real commitment on it's fine.
I will say this. Thank the gods that you weren't a part of this movement when they were still fighting the majority of the Camarilla. I still have lingering enemies from that, and it's nearly 3 decades later. I wonder what Theo's up to. I owe him a death.
Oh. Whose death?
Oh, Theo Bell.
You killed that guy? You're going to?
No, well, he killed a dear friend of mine, so I owe him one.
Oh, so you're gonna kill someone he loves.
Oh no, I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, okay.
I like to get to the point. You know, there's a difference between inflicting pain on someone. I only do that to those I love. Everyone else, it's really death or nothing at all.
I mean, I know there's a saying that says you only hurt the ones you love, but I didn't know that was like a literal thing.
It's really not one of my better qualities. It's something that sort of lingers from my side, but I'm trying to be better.
I guess all you can do is try, really.
Sure. I do almost envy you, Gangrel, sometimes that you never, well, not never, I'm sure some of you have great relationships with your sires, but those of you that don't, you're probably better off without them.
Well, I don't have somebody telling me what to do because I don't know.
Great.
I'd know them if I saw them. I would.
Well, that's good.
But I haven't seen them again is the thing. And most, I don't know if Zaren told you, but like, I don't know if what Zaren told you is going on, but most of the Gangrel are gone now.
Here in Portland?
Yep.
Oh,
Here
that's
in
a
Portland.
shame.
Mm-hmm. So
That's a
that's
shame.
actually why I'm in the city and working with Zaren.
I always said that it was the Camarilla's greatest failure not to appease the Gangrel and let them walk away.
I mean, I agree with that because, you know, I think I'm very useful. And if anybody's lost, if they don't want someone like me around, so there.
Well put. Very well put.
Thank you. Snuggle up with Bandit. And how long was Zaren's meeting going to be? Because we could definitely, we can just mischief for a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah. I feel like after a few more minutes of small talk, Vaughn would just be like, so I heard there's a pilot episode for a new show coming on.
Really? Okay. What's the show?
It's called Eldritch Nightmares.
Eldritch Nightmare. What's okay?
There's
well,
a
what's
rustle. There's a
what's it
rustle in the
about?
kitchen.
Okay. The kitchen.
It's about like elder Cthulhian monsters and shit like that, and like madness and strangeness and weird pulpy shite.
That sounds exciting.
It's sort of like, I think it's sort of like the penny dreadfuls we used to read back in the day.
Oh, I've heard of those.
I've got a few if you ever want to borrow some. I
Oh,
think they're in
That would-
pretty good condition.
I mean, that would be cool. What's the rustling in the kitchen?
You see a shadow moving about.
Oh, I'll wave to the shadow.
Amorphous blob of shadow just kind of, and then
That's new.
Then his name is Guillermo.
Oh, hello, William.
You see this dark, shadow-esque, kind of very fluid-like shadow form into a humanoid shape and sign using their shadowy tendrils of fingers a hello and a welcome.
Vaughn does not speak sign language, so they just
Neither does Milo.
right. Can they drink the liquor, or is that a no-go?
So, Guillermo, do you want liquor?
You see a vigorous nodding of the head.
Yes, let's get the shadow drunk.
You see this tendril reach out from this liquid shadow form, go over to a little bit of the glass or whatever you have poured it in, and just go in, and the shadow touches it, and then just it's done, sucked right up.
Wonderful. That's and Vaughn pours himself another like very heavy glass. Right, so I think it's time for me to get right knackered. So
I'll go grab more bottles of liquor.
Milo, has Zaren introduced you to our favorite game yet?
As you're walking by to get more
Fireball?
bottles.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Precisely that.
We have a junkyard that we do that at.
We've got to get way more knackered to get there.
Yeah, I got some stuff. Let me go grab some more stuff. I'll
You go grab
more
some more bottles. You happen to go by the stairs where Nat is still down in the basement, and you can hear her working away. You hear some typing, and you hear some stuff. So
I'll go talk to her at some point, but I am very
no worries.
tired.
I'm just saying you hear.
Yeah, I think the last thing before they retire to the living room and the TV to get absolutely fucking wrecked.
With the shadow.
Vaughn will just lean into the stairwell. Natalie, my dear, we're getting fucking wasted up here. I would suggest you get up here before the liquor's all gone.
Okay, you hear the typing stop. Comes up to the basement stairs to the bottom of them. And she looks up and she's like, that sounds actually like a lot of fun, but I can't leave here just yet.
Would you like me to bring you a glass down?
That would be great. Thank you.
It would be my gentlemanly honor before I'm too knackered to navigate the stairs.
Hey, wouldn't want you having fallen down. And she catches some of your accent, and I can't do it, but she begins talking to you in Welsh.
I don't speak that consonant-ridden tongue, my dear. I'm from Scotland.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Oh, it's all right.
I
no
usually
worries.
speak that with Zaren, and he loves it.
I can teach. I can teach a bit of Gaelic when I'm knackered enough.
Oh, I would be happy to learn some basic.
Keith Mila Foucher. Many welcomes, 1,000 welcomes.
See here, going, and I will roll for her real quick. This will be fun. This will be a fun roll. She's actually she's decent at linguistics.
She is. Like that, but that was the first scene.
Yep.
There and that, yeah.
Yeah. 4
What
successes.
what language is this?
Scotch Gaelic.
Scotch Gaelic.
Gaelic.
You hear her, you see her kind of orchestrated in her mind, mouth it a few times. She got 4 successes. Kicks it right back at you, perfectly pronounced.
Keith Mila Foucher. Slancha. Cheers. And he brings her down the glass.
She goes, he gives a little sniff, and she downs the glass, and she's just like, she's like, oh my gosh, that's.
Get that down your gob. Here you are. All right. Well, come upstairs and join us when you're ready. And if you need another glass, does Zaren have a dumbwaiter to go down to the basement, or did he forget the basic essentials of house husbandry?
I think actually there is one, but it's kind of old. I'm not sure if it works, but I could tinker with it a little bit.
If it
Can I
doesn't,
write it down?
Well, I don't think it's that big.
I can get small.
That's how we
True.
deliver things to the basement when Zaren's in the bad place.
Yeah, she goes and checks on it and goes, oh, actually, this is in a lot better shape than I remember.
all right. Well, just send your empty glass up when you're ready, and we'll send you one down.
Awesome.
All right, my wee bairn. I'm gonna head right upstairs, and
Enjoy.
I'm going to get knackered until I fall over and probably piss myself. Can I piss myself anymore?
Probably not. And if you can, I'm alarmed. So just warn me first.
We're going to test that theory tonight. Can Vaughn
Activate that
still
blush of
piss
life.
himself?
It's a productive use of time.
Sure. And when can you ever have you seen a Ventrue piss themselves?
I never thought that would ever be something that even crossed my mind, to be honest.
Well, you may be one of the lucky few, Milo. One of the lucky few.
One of you.
Super lucky Milo. And so
Getting to watch a nearly 200-year-old Ventrue piss themselves.
Try
To piss themselves.
If they succeed, it'll be a thing, man.
I'm going to say, because we'll handle it separately. Zaren comes back just about the time that Eldritch Nightmares comes on, this pilot episode, and there is this lovely campy music, and there's this wonderfully animated title, and then it shows this camera panning down across the Welsh countryside with these wagons.
That's not Wales.
Towards account.
That's not fucking Wales.
Oh,
Was filmed in Southern California. Sorry.
Not fucking Wales.
And
Place doesn't even fucking exist.
as soon as Zaren comes in,
He just walks in. That's the first thing he does, and then he
Milo would
flops next to
go
Vaughn like normal.
back up and get the one of the 2 bottles that Q gave her. She would come down with that after Zaren got back.
There you go. Special stuff.
So you'll have to tell me what all that is next time.
That's the set I made.
And I think the last thing Vaughn will do is Vaughn will reach in their back pocket and take out the titanium knuckles and sit them in Zaren's lap.
What's that?
I carried you with me after all these years. And I really don't fucking need them. It was just for emotional support, I think. And you could probably actually make use of them with your arms look like wet spaghetti noodles now.
You know what? Fuck off. Things have happened, but it is not the night to have that conversation.
I'm just saying you could probably make better use of them than I can.
Yeah. Make fun of me.
What? I'm
Getting
just
on.
saying. Just saying.
I mean, you're staying then.
Yes, for a while.
Good.
And that's something we should talk about when we're right good and knackered.
Oh, fuck yeah, tradition. And then when Milo comes back with the things, he's gonna sniff them and be like, I can drink this. Oh, fucking yeah.
We're sharing.
And so
Sharing.
there
We
is a sharing,
That's what we do as a family.
Blood.
Where's Illy?
and there's a sharing of blood and alcohol. There's a shadow that sips around sometimes and takes occasional sips here and there. Brings glasses,
Takes
takes
but like
glasses
full
away.
on passes it back and forth between
Yeah.
Milo and Vaughn. Just
Mhm.
Getting
Make sure
that-
shitty drunk
Oh,
on
yeah.
the couch.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Can't see
Don't
straight.
don't
the
try and kiss me this time. Last time was a bit
Okay,
too much.
no, you fucking keep trying to do it, and you know it, and then you blame me, and then somehow it's like,
You say that now, but I give it.
oh, Zaren would fuck up and point to Milo and say somehow it's Liam's fault.
Yep.
That's Milo.
And the
First of
show.
all. Second of
I'm
all,
sorry.
I really think it's Ileana's fault.
It's always Illy's fault.
It's always Illy's fault.
It's
Both
always
drink.
Illy's fault. Yeah.
And as you're picking apart the show that's coming on,
yeah.
you begin to watch the adventures of one Mortimer Elliot of Scotland Yard.
Fucking Morty.
Nell, Dr. Nell Turner.
I like her.
Fell uptight.
Yeah. And a very ostentatious individual known as Robert Rocky McChesterton.
I forgot that's what the fucking character's name was.
He's the one who lives. I'm calling it now.
No. Okay. They're all gonna go mad. And you know what? Fuck that dude. He's a bad detective.
You would fuck that dude.
Which one?
Rocky McChester's okay, my standards are
Someone
low,
should be
but
fucking
they're
that
there,
guy.
Vaughn.
Vaughn just
They're
turns.
there.
Vaughn just turns and says, yes, he would fuck them both.
Gonna ride the Rocky train. There you go.
Standard.
That's okay. I think Gracie got the wrong impression about Gabby and Roy today, and I'm real
Whoa.
confused.
Oh fuck the little.
Oh
like
yeah,
her.
that was a
We
comment.
killed someone.
Milo
Well, she
has
killed
a
someone.
type.
I cleaned it up.
She kind of asked me about it. She said something about it, and I was like, I'm going to unpack that later.
I'm gonna get Bubbles shipped over next week.
Oh.
No! Fuck! No! What haven't you
Oh.
killed that thing yet?
Claire's attached.
Just you said the same thing all those years ago, but Ellie
'Cause
loves
Claire-
him. We're keeping him.
It's beyond me. He's a fucking monster.
I don't get it. I don't understand. That thing is terrifying.
He's a
And
big
Ellie
fish.
just walks up to the fucking tank and is like, "Oh, look, it's Bubble." Fucking no. The monster.
That was a terrible impression.
He's over a
That
ton
was
now.
so
It's
bad.
your
That's
own-
not at all what she sounds like.
It's your own sister, can't you?
He's
Yeah,
over a
I-
ton now, and he eats whole corpses. It's a mess.
That's
I mean,
you. Okay,
but
hold on.
see,
That's
But
useful
that's the
at least.
best
That's
cleanup
useful.
method there ever is.
Right?
Right?
Just throw the whole body in
Like you
there.
just everything. No,
Everything.
can we keep the bones?
You know what, Lo? We can debone them. It'll be better for Bubbles anyway, I think.
It will make the shite clean up that much easier. Have you ever seen a shite from a 1-ton fish?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was just thinking. That tank is gonna have to be like so filtered.
Once a day. You got to clean the tank once a day.
At
Thankfully.
least.
I've
Thankful for
never
that.
seen a blue whale poop, so no, I don't think I've seen.
He's,
It's big.
you're gonna have to meet Bubbles, Milo.
Liam would never tell us what Bubbles was saying.
I could talk to Bubbles. I talk
No,
to Bubbles.
no.
I want to know, Bubbles.
No,
I want to know.
I
we don't talk to Bubbles.
I forbid it.
Well,
Kill me.
Bean is really nice. I've talked to
Kill
Bean.
me. That's all you hear Bubbles saying. Kill me.
Bubbles just in the tank. Please. I have lived long beyond my means. This is torture. Existence is pain.
Esoteric thing.
Yep.
It's all esoteric pain.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll wrap up recording for
Yeah.
tonight. This is a good place to stop. Everybody
Perfect.
chilling with the pilot episode of Eldritch Nightmares and this is
Arguing
where
about the
we pick up.
fucking fish.
Mhm.
Ugh.
But everyone who's watched on our episode tonight, thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you.
We did it.
We did it. I can
We
take
did
off my
it.
beanie.
It was a very successful retcon. It was
Yay.
yeah.
Mhm.
And